Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining the Texas National Board Coalition for Teaching as we celebrate newly certified and renewed National Board teachers in the great state of Texas. It is Teacher Appreciation Week, and we celebrate all teachers. But tonight, we are shining a light on the new and newly renewed accomplished teachers. We want you to be engaged in the celebration, so feel free to drop in the chat cheers and congratulations. I am Dr. Doretha Allen, a Nationally Board Certified Teacher, and I will be your MC tonight. So let's give it a try. Drop your name and where you are right now in the chat. I want to go over the program for tonight, and just let me say that you are in for a treat. We have a dynamic lineup of speakers that will encourage and celebrate the accomplished teachers of the hour. These friends of education are here because they have a voice and they use it to uplift the profession of teaching. In addition to my voice as your MC for tonight, you will hear many voices from the founding directors of the Texas National Board Coalition for Teaching. We have our founding president, Leslie Anaya, myself, Doretha Allen, interim president, Patty Candelaria, Damaris Gutierrez, Vanetta Kennerson, Magdalena Mata, Rebecca Palacios, Amy Sharp, Alana Siminsmo, I probably messed that one up, Rodrigo Rodriguez Tovar, and Tyrell White. Thank you guys for being here. I just want to brag on this crew of people. We have become fast friends through laboring to elevate the profession here in Texas. We came together during a pandemic. We have never met as a body face to face. So the pandemic has done a lot of things, but one thing has been to have the coalition come together to elevate accomplished teaching in Texas. So our mission is to increase the number of NBCTs in Texas, to get more accomplished teachers in front of students, because we know that every child deserves an accomplished teacher. And to do this, we plan to engage and support high quality teaching and learning through professional growth and leadership. 4 ways that we want to achieve our mission is to increase the number of NBCTs, build awareness of National Board. Many of you are the only NBCT in your district, and we need to change that. We assist candidates going through initial certification as well as NBCTs going through maintenance of certificate. And we are connecting and growing our network of nationally board certified teachers of active and retired NBCTs. So I want to start off by introducing none other than the president and CEO of National Board for Professional Teaching Standards, Peggy Brookins, who is an NBCT. There's a lot I can say about her. I will start that and just say that, one, she is a scholar. She studies and she is a learned individual. She co-founded the Engineering and Manufacturing Institute of Technology at Forest Hills High School in Florida. Not only did she co-found that campus, she was the director of that campus. While she was directing, she also kept teaching all at the same time. So it's no wonder that she was asked by former President Barack Obama to be on his advisory commission. So I will turn it over to Peggy.
Remarkable group of leaders to celebrate accomplished teaching and student learning. I want to start by acknowledging the strong and growing program that you've built across the state and to also acknowledge the work that you're spreading to other districts that have created programs supporting and driving national board certification. All of our metrics are still coming in, but there are more teachers pursuing certification in Texas than any time since I've been at the national board. And that bodes well for education across the state. And I also want to offer kudos for the statewide leaders that Doretha said earlier, Rodrigo and Patty and Alana and Rebecca and Amy and Damaris and Magdalena, Terrell, Vanetta, and Leslie. This team is working to make sure that students receive the best possible education in Texas. Last year, you had 9 new National Board Certified teachers, but currently there are close to 300 teachers pursuing certification. There are many reasons for this massive increase, but the state's network is leading that change, and we will have an impact for generations. Over a career, it's not hundreds, but thousands of students who benefit from each new National Board Certified teacher. So to all of you here to advocate on behalf of this work, I just want to say thank you. Together, you've helped establish a landscape that values accomplished teaching. As a National Board Certified teacher myself, gatherings like this one hold deep personal significance. National Board Certification is known as the profession's highest mark of accomplished teaching. This is a significant professional achievement because it is created by teachers for teachers, and it is based on our performance in the classroom, on our own deep self-reflection of our teaching, and on an assessment of our content and pedagogical knowledge. For all you've accomplished, I'd like to look at this moment as the beginning of a journey. And to be as meaningful as board certification can really be, I challenge you to seize this opportunity, to use your expertise to serve as teacher leaders, to represent the profession, to serve as change agents in your school, district, state, and nationally as well. So I ask you, this important question: what lies ahead? What do you aspire to do? And what role does your certification play in that aspiration? National Board Certification is an excellent step in the right direction. So reground yourself. Make a commitment to spread your instructional expertise. Will you mentor novice teachers? Will you support candidates through the National Board process? Will you blog about your experience or how your content understanding has grown through this process? As a leader, you'll have the opportunity to influence what happens in the education landscape. But the notion of teacher leadership is perhaps the most significant concept I can ask you to focus on today, because you have the capacity to continue delivering great learning opportunities for your students while you expand your impact beyond the classroom. This board certification you've achieved is the beginning of a journey to achieving remarkable things in education, and the sky is the limit. So pick something to do and do it. We know that when you set your mind to something, you'll deliver. You've proven that already. I'll reinforce to you that taking no action is not acceptable. Get active and advocate for issues that matter to you and your students. Create new programs for your students and your school. Partner with local leaders, like some of those with us today, to address challenges that will have an impact. But what I most want you to realize is that your National Board Certificate is more than a piece of framed cardstock on a wall. It's a tool to leverage as a leader for system change, for better schools, for teachers, and for successful students. From our founding in 1987, National Board's mission has been to advance the quality of teaching and learning through a voluntary advanced certification. Today, more than ever, that mission is of even greater importance. For many of us, as long as we can remember, we wanted to be a teacher. The opportunities and challenges facing the teaching profession are like nothing we've experienced in generations. When each of you committed to this journey of board certification, you accepted what a growing body of research told us. The National Board process transforms teaching, it impacts student achievement, and enhances communities. You also showed that you have the courage and the willingness to transform the educational systems. Your impact will be forever etched into the lives you touch, by the relationships you build, and the opportunities you create. Thank you for what you've accomplished for yourselves, for your students, for your communities, and for the teaching profession. And to all of the new and renewed NBCTs, savor this moment. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Peggy, for your encouragement. And thank you for dropping some stats on us tonight. I did not know that there were over 300 candidates in the state of Texas. So currently we are in 49th position as far as NBCTs, but we are going to accept that challenge and we're going to increase those numbers. Um, I couldn't agree with you more. This is just the beginning. So as you were speaking, I saw lots of heads nodding and lots of smiles. So your word rang true to me and so many in the room. Thank you so much, Peggy, for your words.
You're so welcome.
Now we will turn to our next speaker, Dr. Rebecca Palacios, who is an dynamic NBCT, someone who I first met here in Texas. And I'm gonna just give you some facts and then I'm gonna tell you the truth about Dr. Palacios. She is a founding director and former vice chair for National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. She was the 2014 national inducted into the National Teachers Hall of Fame, and she is an educator, author, and advocate. Her career is extensive, and she's going to share that with you in a second. But I just wanted to get a little edge in that she is the proud mom of 5 children who are all national board babies. And they have yielded 10 grandchildren. And all of her educational career prepared her probably for what has been most fulfilling in her life thus far. And I know I'm taking a liberty and making a stretch, and that was to be the children, the virtual teacher for her grandchildren during the early part of the pandemic. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Palacios, nationally board certified teacher.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Everything culminates into this dream of mine, and I want to share with you today what that dream has meant to me. And first of all, I'm so honored to be among all of you NBCTs. This has been an amazing journey for all of us, and I congratulate every single one of you. And second of all, to the distinguished speakers that are here that are supporting our teachers, we couldn't even thank you enough for being here and showing that support, and all of the families as well, because it takes everyone to be able to help one another in that classroom. So thank you all for that. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that I always considered myself the luckiest teacher in America, because in my career, I have had such milestones and steps in my journey that have been milestones and markers and pace setting pieces that I never even dreamed, even in my dreams, to achieve. And so I wanted to share a few of those with you because we do have limited time and we want to share and celebrate you. But some of those things that I want to share with you are one is that back when I was about 3 years old, my mother told me that they asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "I want to be a teacher." Now, I didn't know what that meant because I knew that every morning my abuelita, my grandmother, would walk my sister to school and I would go with her. And as a 3 year old, I could see this huge building that was amazing and all these things were happening in there. And I so wanted to be a part of it. And so I knew something great was happening in there. I love the smell of crayons. I wanted to be part of that world that was happening in there with my sister. And I'm like, why does she get to go and I don't? And so I didn't realize, of course, that she was, 10 and I was 3. So she got to go to school. And I think that piece led me to say that I wanted to be part of something big like that. And that dream was huge. So if you had that dream as a little girl like I did, put that in the chat and tell me that you had that dream as well. And so as I dreamt that, and I kept with that dream, right? When I was in 5th grade, which is, I'm going to tell you my age, I was 1965. That was a very pivotal year. I'm going to share these milestones that are pivots in my year. That was the year that Head Start began. And my mother came to me and said, if you want to be a teacher, here's where you find out. You have to go try it out before you do it. So they need volunteers at the school which I attended, which I could walk to. Go volunteer that summer, volunteer during the summer, and find out if that's what you really want to do. And those teachers there read books, played games, we opened milks, we talked about the different types of things that happen in children's lives through stories. And we learned so many things, right? And those teachers helped me understand what teaching meant. And that was as a fifth grader. And that was an amazing part of my career. And you'll see that picture there, the first one where I have the long hair, and that's me in fifth grade. But then you'll see the next picture where you see that picture in a background, and I'm speaking at the 50th anniversary of Head Start in 2015. And I was the keynote speaker in front of thousands of teachers who were Head Start teachers. And I told them I was one of those first volunteers in what you are still doing now. We're still paving the road for children in teaching and learning. And that to me was a huge milestone, right? And as I became a teacher on my own and went through my degree program, one of the things that was really important for me to know was that the very beginning, even though I started with Head Start as a child watching it, when I got hired, I became a follow through teacher. And that was the other part of the funding of Head Start that was in the 70s, right at the top in Corpus Christi of busing and desegregation. And in the chat, you'll see there's some links about my story. You can read it later when you get a chance. But that was another huge pivotal moment in civil rights, in weighing and understanding what teaching meant for children who were different from you and who saw teachers different from themselves. And so that historic moment was another pace setting moment for me. And that moment of having mentors in the follow through program come and show me how to teach changed my teaching. Having a mentor for 3 years in the follow through program allowed me to see strategies in action that I didn't have as a novice teacher. And that helped me become a better teacher. And as I went through and became a teacher and worked through the classroom and did all these different things, here I was paving myself and pacing myself through all the new knowledge, right? When all of a sudden I was plucked out of my classroom and thrown into the national arena as one of the directors of the national board. Another pivotal moment in history for me, which I never even imagined would exist. To see and hear all the giants in research that I was reading about were in the same room with me was awe-inspiring. People like Peggy Brookins and Linda Darling Hammond and Al Shanker and all these amazing leaders in the field that were huge and pivotal that I would just stand in awe of and learn so much from. All of these stories are meant to illustrate that all of those pieces, learning about students, learning about teachers, learning about families and how to work with them, are now part of what the standards are all about. And if we look at the the slides that are there, I look at those propositions, I live those. Teachers are committed to students and their learning. Those teachers at Head Start gave me that opportunity. Teachers know the subjects they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. Those teachers in the follow-through program and those mentors from the Southwest Educational Development Laboratory came and showed us the way. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Those teachers in the classroom and those colleagues showed me the way every single time. And if you go to the next slide, being part of national board just sent me into another advocacy piece where we know that we have to think systematically about our practice and learn from experience and how to share that with others and be that person and that advocate. And that's why we're here as coalition members, and my coalition members rock because they have put this together for you, for all of us, for our children, for our families, and only together as teachers and members of learning communities can we do that, because we come together to fulfill this mission as one. And that's why I'm so proud to be part of the Texas National Board Coalition for Teaching and being your guest speaker to honor all of you for all that you do and to carry that torch, my dream, your dream, into the future. Thank y'all so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Palacios, for sharing the lovely story. It was really powerful, though. We're super excited that you were able to join us tonight. Okay, so now I have the pleasure to introduce our next speaker. She's the first Latina superintendent for Austin ISD, a lifelong educator and a champion for equity and excellence in education for every student. Dr. Stephanie Elizalde is the superintendent of the Austin Independent School District, serving more than 80,000 students and 12,000 employees. Her recognitions include being named one of four Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Outstanding Hispanics in Education for 2014, and a recognition in 2016 by the Dallas Morning News as a point person for her work in the community. She was awarded the UT Austin Dr. Nolan Estes Leadership Ascension Award 4 times, most recently in 2017. She also earned a Presidential Medal from Energy Mentors University. She currently serves on the UT Advisory Council for the Texas Principal Leadership Academy. And without any further ado, here is Dr. Stephanie Elizalde, Superintendent of Austin Independent School District.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Mr. Rodriguez. Good evening, buenas noches. First, note to self, never follow Ms. Peggy Brookings or Dr. Rebecca Palacios, and before the Representative James Talarico or former Senator Beto O'Rourke. So I don't know how I got into this elite group, but I'm very, very honored and privileged to do so. You know, it truly is a privilege to be able to serve as the superintendent of Austin Independent School District. And of course, I consider myself a teacher first and a teacher last. My grandmother was a teacher. She taught second grade in Laredo, Texas. My father was a teacher also in Laredo and in San Antonio, Texas. I love hearing from Dr. Palacios about Corpus Christi. I grew up in Laredo or Laredo, and I always wanted to be the teacher. I'm reading the chats as they come in, and I see someone. Yes, I lined up my stuffed animals, and this is really a very touching moment because it reminds me of, oh yeah, I remember I'd get the neighborhood kids, and I'm like, I'm the teacher, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do. And sometimes we need to be reminded of that deep drive that allows us to wake up every morning. And in our profession as teachers, we get to say, we get to do this work, not we have to do this work. It really is a privilege today for me, knowing that national board certification is the highest professional credential a teacher can attain. And you know, Texas, we're going to try to do everything big. So we have 26 teachers, and I congratulate all of them. But I certainly have to say Austin's going to be, we're going to be at the top of every list we can. And in our district, we get to represent 17 of our 26 are from Austin ISD. And I get to ride the coattails of all of our teachers who've been able to do that. I want to remind us all that we do have so many teachers to congratulate, and I don't have enough time to thank each and every one of you. But I want you to know how the level of deep respect that I have for the work that each of you do, and that all of the work you had to put in to receive this particular accomplishment or even to renew it. Teachers are how we are able to fulfill the mission of ensuring that we leave this world a better place than we received it. I always do believe that the teacher is the program. It is the most fundamental resource that cannot be replaced. And so with that, I would just like to close that. Again, I'm just so honored to be a part of this. And I want to remind all of us that teachers are responsible for each and every profession besides teachers, including my own. And so those who can teach and those who can't, select a less significant line of work. Gracias. Thank you. Now I'll turn it back over to Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Dr. Lizalde. It's a pleasure and thank you for taking the time and the opportunity for joining and being here tonight. We really appreciate you, okay? So now also, guys, I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. He's a former Westside San Antonio public school teacher, serves House District 52 in the Texas House of Representatives, and is considered a friend of education. Representative James Talarico is a former education nonprofit leader and public school teacher elected to serve House District 52 in the Texas House of Representatives. He was born in Williamson County, where he attended Round Rock ISD schools and graduated from McNeil High School. Representative Talarico earned his bachelor's degree in government from the University of Texas at Austin and his master's degree in education policy from Harvard University. He currently serves as the youngest member of the Texas legislature, sitting on the Calendars, Public Education, and Juvenile Justice and Family Issues Committee. In his first term, Representative Talarico helped write historic school finance reform legislation that infused Texas schools with $11.6 billion in new education funding. And I'm super excited that he's able to join us tonight. And without any further ado, here is Representative James Talarico.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here with all of you. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be in your presence and to be here with friends like Dr. Elizalde and Congressman O'Rourke. As was mentioned, before I was a politician, I was a middle school teacher. And I often say that teaching middle school was the best preparation for serving in the Texas legislature, because if you can handle the drama of a middle school classroom, you can definitely handle the drama that happens on the floor of the House every day, including tonight. I just stepped off the floor to be here with all of you, and it's going to be a late night on the floor of the House, hopefully making good decisions for our students and our educators across the state. So, you know, as was mentioned, teachers, like all of you, made all the difference in my life. I was born to a single mother who didn't get to go to college, and we lived in a little one-bedroom apartment in East Austin. But the public school teachers in the schools that I attended made the entire difference in my life and changed the trajectory of my life. And they're the only reason that I got to go to UT and Harvard. And so when I graduated college, the only thing I wanted to do was be a public school teacher myself. So I moved all my stuff down to the west side of San Antonio, beautiful, historic Mexican-American neighborhood, and taught 6th grade language arts. And that experience has informed everything that I've done since, including the work on school finance reform in my first session and the work we're doing now. But that work is inspired by educators like all of you. And given this distinction, you are the best teachers that we have in this state. You are the cream of the crop. You are an inspiration to everyone in this field, including me. And so I just want to thank you for letting me be a part of this celebration. Thank you for everything you do for our kids. In South Korea, they call teachers nation builders. And that always sticks with me because it's such an accurate description of the role we all play. We are nation builders, we're state builders. The reason that this state and this country are successful is because of teachers and educators like all of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you do. And thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Good evening. I have the honor to introduce our next speaker, someone who's very near and dear to my family and myself. We consider him familia. Beto is married to Amy O'Rourke, who was also a first grade teacher, raising Ulysses, Molly, and Henry in El Paso's historic Sunset Heights. Beto is an amazing advocate for public education and a friend who is always there, supporting and advocating for all. Please give a warm Texas welcome to Beto O'Rourke.
Thank you so much for having me out, and greetings from El Paso, Texas. And I hope you all are doing well wherever you are across the state. And let me just begin by saying it's such an honor to be with you. It's such an honor to follow James Talarico, who is not only one of the rising stars in the Texas state legislature, and there's going to be a lot more to come from him, but is probably one of, if not the most effective champions for public school teachers and education in the state of Texas. And I am so grateful that we got this guy in our corner, in your corner, doing everything he can in the limited time he has in that state legislative session to deliver for you. So I really loved having a chance to hear from him and from other speakers. To President Allen and the Texas National Board Coalition, and especially to Patty Candelaria. We're big fans of Patty's and of the Candelaria family here in El Paso. Thank you for having me out. And big congratulations to all the Texas teachers who are now National Board certified, and all those Texas teachers who became recertified this year. As Representative Tallarico said, you are the cream of the crop, and you're leading the way for Texas public education for all of our kids. And I especially think, of course, of my kids, all three of whom are in Texas public schools right here in El Paso. Ulysses, our 14-year-old, is just finishing 8th grade at Wiggs, followed by his sister Molly, who's finishing 7th, and their younger brother Henry, who's in 4th grade at Mesita Elementary, the same world-class public school that I got to go to. And here's what has become so true to me in watching my kids' academic career through public schools, and thanks to great public school teachers. The school buildings are nice and I guess necessary, right? There's got to be a place that we gather. The technology is important, and I'm blown away by the technology that we have today relative to what we had when I was going to school. But everything really comes down to the teachers. And it's not just an idea. You all proved that over the course of this last year, where we didn't have the school buildings. Many of the kids didn't have the technology. We really didn't have anything other than the connection directly to our teachers, who, watching my son in last year finishing 3rd grade with that teacher trying to conduct the class over Zoom, it was like herding cats. And maybe it was easier to herd cats than to conduct that class for 3rd graders. That teacher gave it all that he possibly could have given it, and then met with me and Amy and other parents individually to help us help our kids do better in those online learning environments. I can only imagine what he's going to be able to do for those kids once he has them in his presence when we begin the next semester. That teacher is everything in terms of my kids' education. I know that's true for millions of kids across the state of Texas, so thank you. And last thing, and this perhaps is just as important as any other thing, at least for me, at a moment that our democracy is under attack, unlike any time in our lifetimes. You can look at the January 6th insurrection in the United States Capitol, or how deeply divided and highly polarized this country is. I really think that it's you, the public school teachers, and your classrooms where we bring this divided country together. The wealthy kids and the kids who aren't so wealthy, the kids who've been here for 4 generations, the kids who just arrived last week, the kids who are fluent in English, and the kids who've never spoken a word of English in their life, all coming together in the same classroom, realizing their shared humanity and understanding that before I'm a 4th generation American or a new immigrant or Republican or a Democrat, I am a human being. I'm a Texan, I'm an American. And there's dignity and value that we must respect that comes with that. And you all teach that. And I think that you are the reason that I have hope that our country is going to come back together again. So no pressure, but we're going to continue to expect greatness from you. Thank you for putting in all the work, the additional training, and all the effort on top of your day job to get this certification and become even better at what you do that is so important for all of us. So thanks for allowing me to be with you. Congratulations. Hope you all are celebrating, and look forward to seeing you in person when conditions allow. Gracias.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias, Beto, for your words of inspiration and encouragement. So we had a total of 9 educators join the accomplished teaching ranks this year, bringing the total to 1,014 National Board Certified Teachers in Texas. So exciting. They will join the 26 National Board Certified Teachers who renewed their National Board certification this year. All 35 have gone through this highly reflective and transformative professional development. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for, and the reason we're here tonight. Congratulations to all our National Board Certified Teachers. The National Board process that the honors have gone through has allowed each one to take a reflective look at their practice and allowed each one to best meet the needs of their students every single day. Each of the honorees modeled what it means to be a lifelong learner to their students. You are each leading the way in Texas as true professionals who are focused and dedicated to being the best teacher you can be for your students. We thank you. You have raised the bar for other teachers on your campus and across your districts to follow. Congratulations on this outstanding professional achievement, and thank you for all you do for your students in our great state of Texas. I am proud and honored to announce our newly National Board Certified teachers by their district name alphabetically, starting from Allen Independent School District. Sandra Snyder. We know her as Sandy, gentlest middle child from Mary Evans Elementary. Now I'm going to go ahead and start in Austin ISD, where I'm National Board Certified from. Here we go. Amy Geltemeyer. She's a generalist middle childhood, Barton Hills Elementary, 4th grade math and reading. Congratulations. Amy Wright, mathematics, early adolescence, Gus Garcia's Young Men's Leadership Academy, 7th, 8th grade math teacher. Carrie West, art, early adolescence through young adulthood, McCallum High School, art teacher. Celeste Arredondo, generalist, early childhood, Clayton Elementary, 5th grade ESL teacher. Dana Stiles, mathematics, adolescence, and young adulthood, Bowie High School. Elizabeth Loretta, mathematics, early adolescence, Lively Middle School. Claire Halbert, generalist, early childhood, Barton Hills Elementary. Rodrigo, ready?
Yes, so now we have Ileana Napoles, music early and middle childhood from Harris Elementary in Austin ISD. And I'm going to continue with the same colors within Austin ISD, okay? Catherine Holbrook, English language art, adolescent St. John adulthood from Austin High School in Austin ISD, is a music teacher. Congratulations. Kyle Olson, social studies history, adolescent St. John adulthood from Northeast Early College High School, Austin ISD, also a teacher. Lisa Mary Oswald, literacy, reading, language arts, and early middle childhood, Baldwin Elementary School, Austin ISD. Michelle Erb, music and early middle childhood, Hills Elementary School in Austin ISD. Randy Sather, library media, early childhood through young adulthood from Peters Elementary School in Austin ISD. Shanna Peterson, English language arts, early adolescence from Russell Lee Elementary School in Austin ISD. Shelby Otlbujan, generalist middle childhood for Cowan Elementary School in Austin ISD. And last but not least from Austin ISD, Vicente Escalante, exceptional needs specialist, early childhood through young adulthood from Riley Elementary School in Austin ISD as a special education teacher. Congratulations, all the folks within Austin ISD. We made it.
Okay, and we are moving on to Barbers Hill Independent School District. Where are you at? Here we go. We are acknowledging for tonight Juana Hatfield. She is certified in literacy, reading, language arts, early and middle childhood from Barbers Hill Elementary School, Barbers Hill ISD as a teacher. Congratulations. We also have Vicky Moyer, who is certified in English language arts, early adolescence, also at Barbers Hills Elementary School, Barbers Hill ISD. Congratulations.
All right, Clear Creek Independent School District, it's your turn now. Let's see your National Board Certified teachers. Our first one is Christopher Lowe, Science Early Adolescence at Seabrook Intermediate School in Clear Creek ISD. Yay. Our next person is Holly Burnt, Library, Media, Early Childhood through Young Adulthood, Learning Technology Coach in her district. Congrats. Next is Tanya Roque, literacy, reading, language arts, early and middle childhood, serving at James H. Ross Elementary School in Clear Creek ISD. Congratulations. Karen Hearn, also National Board Certified, literacy, reading, language arts, early and middle childhood at the Education Support Center. Congratulations.
Where is Columbus Independent School District? Here we go. We have Cheryl Lubin Brown from English Language Arts, Adolescent Young Adulthood, Columbus High School teacher. Congratulations.
Now we're moving to Dallas Independent School District. So we have Georgina Wood, generalist early childhood from Preston Hall Elementary School as a kinder teacher.
Next up, we have Humble Independent School District, where I was raised and grown in. Let's see who we have up. Our National Board Certified teacher is Stephanie Dye in literacy, reading, language arts, early and middle childhood, serving at Grove Elementary and Humble ISD. We also have Amanda Denard in career and technology education, early adolescence through young adulthood, serving at Atascocita High School and Humble ISD. Congratulations.
All right, and for Hunt Independent School District, those Eagles, let's see. We have Jennifer Lair, who's certified in generalist early childhood at Hunt Elementary School for Hunt ISD as a teacher. Congratulations.
Where is Colleen? Colleen Independent School District. We have Gloria Mays, English Language Arts, early adolescence, Skipcha Elementary School, and she is a sister principal. Congratulations.
All right, Midway Independent School District. Let's see our national board teachers in your district. Lindsay Stevens, generalist early childhood at River Valley Intermediate and Midway. Congratulations. We also have Tammy Johnston, generalist early childhood at Spring Valley Elementary School in Midway. Congratulations, Tammy.
Okay, now let's make some noise for our folks in Northside Independent School District. So we have Fabiola Rawls, English as a new language, early middle childhood from Cole Elementary School in Northside ISD. Congratulations.
And at Southwest Christian Private School, we have Kathleen Labade, who is certified in science, adolescence, and young adulthood at Southwest Christian School. Congratulations.
From South Texas Independent School District, we have Andrew Keaton, English Language Arts, Adolescence and Young Adulthood, South Texas Academy of Medical Professions teacher. Congratulations.
Serving in higher education at St. Edward's University, National Board Certified, we have Bonnie Hauser, library media, early childhood through young adulthood, again, serving as librarian at St. Edward's University. Congratulations, Bonnie.
All right. Everyone, please unmute your mics as we take a moment to give these NBCTs and renewed NBCTs a round of applause.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Y'all are awesome.
Congratulations.
Okay, Tammy, now will you stop the share, because we have to get this moment in history captured as we take group pictures. So our friends who are assisting with group pictures, please let's take our group pictures. Capture those screens. We're gonna do a school day picture first. Just your good smile, right? Your good smile. All right.
We might encourage those that have their cameras off to turn them on for just a moment. so that
Thank
everybody
you.
can have their faces viewed. And that's if you're family, if you're here as an administrator, everybody that's joining tonight, just take a moment, unblock your video. And if you have to, slide back a little further from your camera if you don't want them to see you up close, right? You can always slide back.
For those good tips. Those are good tips. Good tips. All right.
We've got more showing up. Let's just give them a minute.
So much fun. I think my cheeks are hurting. I've been smiling so much.
All right, I think you got all you're gonna get.
Okay, now, you know, being a teacher, we have to have fun. So now let's show ourselves some love. Everybody show us some love, and let's get some NBCT love going. Let's get some NBCT love. All right. Now, I don't know who's taking this picture, but you need at least one hand free.
Good. I got it.
Free. All right. Okay, and now just for fun, let's do something crazy, just for fun. Like, hey, yeah, let's do something crazy, silly faces. My kids like to do this. All right, we have to capture our moments. We have to capture our moments. And I see your smiles. Gloria, I see you smiling. Sandy, I see you smiling. I love it. Georgiana, give me a smile, please, friend. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, Tammy, we're ready to share again. While we transition back to the slide deck, I do want to keep us on this high note because this is a celebratory occasion, but I really want to harken back to the words of some of our speakers, starting with Peggy Brookins, who told us this is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. And Becky talked about she loved the smell of crayons. So that lets me know I'm not crazy because I too love the smell of a fresh pack of crayons. That lets me know that it's back to school time.
Yeah, that's right.
Back to school time. And all of the opportunities that being a teacher can afford us. Dr. Elizalde, who's in Austin, but was in Dallas where I am, she reminded us that we get to do this work. Not only do we get to do it, we have chosen to be the top in the profession, to be in that small percentage of, I think, 128,000 that say, yes, I know my students. Yes, I know my content and how to teach it. We are the ones who internalize that. Beto told us we are the cream of the crop. It comes down to the teachers. The teacher is the ultimate resource, and they are right. They are right. We're ready to go to the next one. So although we are celebrating, I really want you to hold on to those words. Keep going for me, Tammy. Hold on to those words because this is our call to action. This is our call to action. So like, share, download, subscribe, watch videos, write blogs, do all those things. And if you're not sure what to do, I want to offer you to join the coalition. Become a member of the body that's moving to get an accomplished teacher in front of every student in Texas. And if you're not ready to do that and say, oh, Doretha, that's too much, it's okay. What you can do starting tomorrow, because you're still going to be on cloud nine, is share your story. This process has changed you. It has changed you professionally. Share that story with the teacher next door. Share that story next, waiting in line at the copy machine. Share that story waiting to use the microwave to heat up your lunch. There is power in our voice individually, and there is power in our voice collectively. So we have this call to action, and I am challenging each of you to share your story. All right. Thank you to our speakers. You have really charged us up and set us on our way. This night has been outstanding. This is the first year of so many firsts. Let me just say that. So many firsts. This is the first year the coalition has come together and formed. This is our first virtual pinning ceremony. And I'm gonna be very transparent. I felt like we was planning a party and nobody was gonna come, but you guys have shown up and shown out, and we thank you for coming. We thank you for inviting your friends. We thank you to our speakers. And with that, thank you and good night. Good night, everyone. Congratulations again. You did it. You did it.
Good job. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you
So
very much.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
A wonderful night. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Go and celebrate.
Congratulations, everyone.
Yay. Download your badge.
Thank you, Mary. You were smiling. You were
Yeah.
smiling, smiling,